Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is GentooMan here, also known as Rainy, and today's story time is going to be another Jonathan Galindo one because you guys have loved these, you've blown them up, and I'll probably throw some more Piggy over this just for you guys because you guys have seemed to like that too. So today's story time, just going to hop right into it, takes place after the last two videos on the Jonathan Galindo subject. We're building the whole trilogy here. This is part 3, and this story time actually takes place while I was in school. And I remember this day specifically because I remember specifically sitting in between these 3 girls who were all trying to pass around the same vape and sneakily vape in class, but that's not really that important. So I was in math class. I think I said that already, maybe I didn't, but I was in math class and I had this class just before lunch, right? And it was getting close to lunch at about maybe 5-10 minutes left in the class, and I just wanted it to be over. I had done my work already. I just wanted it to be over. I wanted to go for lunch. I wanted to get out of the classroom, out of this circle of girls vaping, out of just everything. I just wanted it to be done. And I remember as I was waiting for this bell to ring, I remember that my phone went off. I got a notification, and it was from Instagram, and it was some sort of account wants to send me a message. So I opened it up, and I go into my message requests, and it said, I don't remember what the username was, but the picture was a Jonathan Galindo picture. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Here we go again. And I open it, and it's the typical, do you want to play a game stuff? And I just answer them straight up, no, I'm good. Screw you guys. I've had a couple of these. Go away. And he hit me back with, if you don't play this game, I will find you. And I responded with, well, what if I find you first? And then I turned my phone off, and I put it back in my pocket. And basically, as soon as I did that, the bell rang. And I immediately started thinking to myself, and I came up with an idea. And I had a couple different groups of people that I would hang out with sometimes at school. And one of these groups, this one guy I was friends with, he was in this group that was you'd typically describe them as the nerd kids. I know that sounds mean, but they'd typically be in the computer lab over lunch, just kind of doing their own thing because the computer teacher liked them a lot. So he let them kind of just do their thing and eat their lunch in there and, just hang out on the computers. And this one kid I was friends with, he was kind of, he was a decent hacker, if you want to put it like that. So I decided that I wanted to fuck with this Jonathan Galindo dude right back because I'm sick of his shit. So I went to this computer lab and I found my friend where he usually was, and he's like, yo, Rainy, what's up? You come to play games with us? You want to play Super Smash Flash 2 with us? Because Super Smash Flash 2 goes hard. And I was like, no, not today, man. I actually had a question for you. I was wondering if you could help me with something. And he's like, yeah, of course, bro. What's up? And so I bring up my phone and you've heard of this Jonathan Galindo bullshit, right? You've heard of this? And he's like, oh yeah, of course I have. It's that, it's that game thing. Yeah, I've heard of that. And so I tell him awesome, that's great. So I was wondering, he threatened to come find me and I threatened him back. Is there any way you'd be able to rip this guy's IP basically so we can scare him back and they'll leave me alone? And my friend was like, that's a great idea. That's hilarious. Let's try it. And my friend's it might be a little hard. It depends how smart the guy running this account is. I mean, they're usually not the smartest, but we'll see what we can come up with. We'll try an easy way first. And my friend forwards me this link. He's like, yeah, don't open the link. Just copy it and send it. It's a link to literally just an IP puller, and send the link along with the guy oh yeah, click this and I'll play your game. And if he's dumb, he'll do it. And so I sent it. And, we kind of waited around for a couple minutes. And finally, I end up just kind of, browsing on my phone, going through other things, waiting for a response. And then my friend's like, bro, no way. He clicked the link. And I don't really know how all this works. I'm not really a hacker myself. I'm like, are you serious? My friend's like, yeah, look at this. We got everything. We got the IP and everything right here. I'm like, wow, that's actually cool. Honestly, the fact that he's doing this on, a school computer was kind of wild, but the computer teacher knew how to turn off the whole firewall thing for the computers in his class sometimes, so that was cool. But yeah, my friend ended up pulling this Jonathan Galindo bot's IP address. But he's kind of looking at this address with a weird face, and I'm like, bro, everything okay? And he's like, so that's the IP of the school. That's the IP that the school computers are using. And I'm like, no way. So you're telling me this bot is coming from in this school, huh? He's like, yeah, dude, I'm dead serious. There's this IP is in this school. And so I started thinking, like, well, it'd be cool to find him. Like, if we could just go, like, find the guy who's doing this, like, that'd be great. But, like, it could be, like, sort of any kid on, like, their phone or on a computer. Like, we'll never know. So we didn't really know what to do with that, and we kind of just, like, you know, leave it at that. I'm like, hey, thanks, man. Like, thanks for your help. Like, go back, do your thing. I'm going to go eat my lunch. And I was going to eat my lunch, but I remember the bell rang, so I didn't really get to eat. And I had gym class next, so I went to my gym class and, you know, got changed, got ready for gym. And my gym teacher, she asked me to go get stuff from the basement. There was, like, a bag of, I think, dodgeballs or something that ended up in the basement, and she asked me to go get it. I was, like, her favorite student for some reason. I don't know why she liked me. I was kind of a shithead. So I go down into the school basement. As you all know, the school basement sucks. It's creepy down there. There's a bunch of mannequins. It's weird. And I didn't really want to do gym class this day, so I kind of had to look around the school basement. I'd been down here a couple times before. I think I've talked about it in a story time before. But I'd never, like, really looked around because it's pretty big. And I couldn't find the dodgeball, so I had to look around to, like, try and see where they were. Because normally all the gym stuff was just over on, like, this mat to the right side when you get down there, where you'd usually do, like, your CPR unit. Like, I think that's where the wrestling team was and stuff like that. But none of it was there, so I had to look around for it. And I ended up finding them, but I also ended up finding them next to a room that sounded like it had, like, almost a computer fan running in it. And I was curious, so I opened the door. And in this door, I found, like, just a crappy little PC, like a desktop, just chilling in this room, like this rundown room. And believe it or not, it was open on Instagram on that same Jonathan Galindo account that had DM'd me. And so I was looking through it, and there was, like, I saw the messages to me. I saw the messages to all these other people who I recognized went to my school. And I decided to just troll this fucker right back. And I went into the settings, and I deleted the account. I got rid of it outright. And I thought that was revenge enough. And I grabbed my dodgeballs, and I went back upstairs, and I played some dodgeball for gym class. And it was actually pretty fun. I had a good time. And after all that was said and done, I had my last class of the day, which I believe was my science class. I remember going into my science class, but something was weird, and there was a note on my desk. And my desk is pretty specific, or at least it was. It was, like, at the back of the room, like the second desk, not third desk, actually, to the left side of the room in the back row. Like, you got to know where I sit to know that. And yeah, there was a note on my desk that I opened it, and all it said is, "Tell anyone and we'll kill you." And I kind of just laughed it off. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really think anything of it. I crumpled it up and put it in my backpack. Like, that's neat. I didn't really think about it. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the story time of when I found that one of these Jonathan Galindo trollers went to my school. So that's nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I know you guys have really been liking these horror stories and also this Jonathan Galindo stories especially. So leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new. And I will catch you all in the next one. Later.